Thank you.
Okay, welcome everyone. I am not quite sure if John Sabadin and Ann Barna will be here. I'm expecting them. Before we can officially, or I'm sorry, I'm here to call the meeting to order, and we'll do a roll call vote, and then we'll go through the election of leadership. So.
And it's joining right now.
For the record, everyone needs to state where they are calling or where they're broadcasting from.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Waxman.
Although, do you want to have Sarah swear Ann in before you start? Because she is.
Here, yes,
She is
please.
on.
Yes, please.
She's getting lost.
Don't think she's quite connected.
There she is.
She is. Hi, Ann. I'm going to give you your oath quick. We had already done the other two, but I'll go ahead and do yours real quick too.
So every time you click that.
If you could repeat after me, I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of this state,
the Constitution of this state,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the Office of Planning Commissioner
of the Office of Planning Commissioner
in and for the City of Mason,
in and for the City of Mason,
County of Ingham,
County of Ingham,
State of Michigan,
State of Michigan,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Okay, thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you,
Thank
Sarah.
you.
Okay, I'd like to officially call this meeting to order then at 6:34 p.m. And we'll do a roll call vote, and we'll need to ask you to mention your location. Commissioner Barna,
Here, I'm broadcasting from my home in Mason, Michigan.
thank you. Council Liaison Clark,
Here from Mason, Michigan.
Commissioner Howe,
Here, Mason, Michigan.
Commissioner Husby,
Here, Mason, Michigan.
Commissioner Perot,
Here from Mason, Michigan.
Commissioner Sabadin, Commissioner Shattuck,
Here from Sarasota, Florida.
and Commissioner Waxman,
Here, Mason, Michigan.
and Commissioner Wren.
Here in Mason, Michigan.
Thank you, everyone. We have a quorum. At this time, I'd like to go right into the election of leadership, and then we can certainly turn the meeting over. There's a little bit of a modification from the worksheet that's in your handout. We confirmed with the city clerk that we do not need to do a second motion, but we do need to ask for nominations 3 times. So for each position, I will ask 3 times for nominations. Let's see. Leon, you haven't heard any more from John? I'm sorry. No. Okay. Thank you.
He did not answer my texts, and so I don't know.
Well,
I don't know, Elizabeth and Leanne, I don't know for sure because he didn't answer mine either, but he had to leave last night from our meeting because his mother is taken ill.
Oh,
He might be with his mother, so I don't know that for sure though.
okay. All right. Thank you. Well, then I'll go ahead and we'll go through this process and turn it over. Okay, so I'd like to open the floor for nominations for chair of the Planning Commission. Do I have any nominations?
Nominate John Sabadin.
Thank you. Do I have a second nomination?
Second.
Actually, Commissioner Howard, we don't need to go, we don't, I found out that we don't need to second the motion.
Oh, I
I'm
thought you
actually
said
asking, is there a second person, a second
Oh, I'm sorry.
name?
I
That's okay.
misunderstood.
No, it's a little bit different than we have done it before. Is there anyone, any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Okay, and I'll ask for the third time. Are there any nominations for chair? Is there a third? No? Okay.
John is logging on right
Okay,
now.
thank you. Well, to be fair, or should we vote really quick?
Should vote really quick.
Welcome, John. We were just going through election of officers, and we've had one nomination for chair, and it is you. So unless you would like to nominate someone else, we're ready to call for a vote. So we have a nomination for Sabaton. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You have to do
Roll
a roll
call,
call
sorry.
vote.
Yeah, sorry. All right, so roll call vote. Commissioner Barna,
Aye.
Clark,
Aye.
Howe,
Aye.
Busby,
Aye.
Thoreau,
Aye.
Sabaton,
Yes.
Shattuck. Shattuck.
Gotta-
You're on mute.
Aye.
Waxman
Aye.
and Wren.
Aye.
Thank you. It's unanimous. Sabaton, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. then we
Can we ask where he's located
Yeah.
for the for the roll call so we know where he
Oh,
is?
yes.
I apologize for being late. I am totally missed my alert, and so I apologize. I am live from Eaton Rapids, Michigan.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we're moving on to vice chair, and we'll ask 3 times for 3 nominations. Do I have a first nomination for vice chair? Would anyone like to nominate a member of the planning commission for vice chair?
Mark Howe.
Okay. Do we have any other, I'll ask for a second nomination. Would anyone like to nominate a member of the commission for vice chair?
No.
Okay, and I will ask for a third nomination for chair, vice chair. Okay, so we have 1 nomination, and that is Commissioner Howe. All those in favor? Roll call vote.
Roll call.
Barna,
Aye.
Clark,
Aye.
Howe,
Aye.
Busby,
Aye.
Thoreau,
Aye.
Sabaton,
Aye.
Shattuck,
Aye.
Waxman,
Aye.
and Wren.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Congratulations, Commissioner Howe. You are now Vice Chair Howe. All right, and now we have nominations for secretary, and I'll take 3 nominations. Do I have a first nomination for secretary?
Barna.
Do we have a second nomination for secretary?
Can I decline my nomination if anyone else is willing to do it?
We will take that under consideration. I would assume yes.
It's
we
an
have-
honor, but with the pandemic, it's challenging.
Yes, and yeah, if you don't know, Anne is instrumental. She works in the Eatonberry Health Department. So,
I'd like to nominate Megan.
I believe the Robert's
Okay.
rules. she has the right
Ren?
to decline.
so we do have a second nomination, and do we have a third nomination for secretary?
So I'll withdraw my nomination for Ann Barna then, to make it easy.
Thank you. Okay, so we have 1 nomination on the table for Commissioner Wren. All those in favor?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Oh, sorry. I just can't remember. Okay, Barna,
Aye.
Clark,
Aye.
Howe,
With Anna's stepping down and Megan is a yes.
thank you. Husby,
Aye.
Thoreau,
Aye.
Sabaton,
Yes.
Shattuck,
Aye.
Waxman,
Yes.
and Wren.
Aye.
Congratulations, Commissioner. You are now our secretary. Thank you. All right. So with that in mind, I would like to now turn the meeting over to our chair, John Sabaton.
Okay, thank you. And again, I apologize for being tardy. Thank you for moving on. Item number 5 on the agenda is public comment. Is there anybody inside of the audience that would like to talk to the commission that is not on the agenda? Not seeing any extra people in our audience. We'll move forward with the approval of minutes from the Planning Commission meeting of December 15th, 2020. Are there any additions or corrections that need to be done? If not, I will entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
I make,
Chair.
I
Go
make
ahead.
a motion to approve the minutes for the planning commission, December 15th, 20.
Second.
Thank you. We'll do a roll call vote.
Yes, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. You ready? Roll call. All right, Barna,
Aye.
Clark,
Yes.
Howe.
Yes.
Husby,
Yes.
Burrow.
I was not there. Should I weigh in and say aye, or should I decline?
You
Oh, you
can,
You vote.
vote.
Okay, aye. Aye.
Sabaton,
Yes.
Shattuck,
Yes.
Waxman,
Aye.
Wren.
Yes, sorry.
Thank you.
All right. Motion's approved, or minutes are approved, excuse me. Item number 7 on the agenda is the youth advisor volunteer. As you can see, everybody, we have an extra member, or an extra person, I guess I should say officially. We had discussed this in last month's meeting, and I'm gonna let Director Hughes further discuss this of where we are with this.
Thank you very much. Yes, as a follow-up, we had a young man, and you'll see him on the screen, Thomas De La Fuente, and he goes by Tommy, and he had expressed some interest in learning more about the city of Mason and how we function and the Planning Commission. And so we know that there are other communities that do have junior planning members, and so I think it's something that we want to look at for the future, and maybe they have planning commission. There's Royal Oak has, I think they open it up to all their councils and commissions. And so we thought we would take a step forward this year. And so I spoke with City Manager Deb Stewart, and we recommended that we start out with a volunteer youth advisor position, and then look at how we might create a more formal junior planning commission member in the future to help participate. And it would be obviously a non-voting position, but Tommy would, under the Open Meeting Act, he would review all of the packet materials, and especially during public comment or when asked, provide some insight. And especially with the master plan year coming up, I know that this commission expressed at the meeting last time how important it was to make sure we're involving the young people who are going to inherit our community in a few years. So with that, I'd like to introduce Tommy De La Fuente, and if he would like to, Mr. Chair, if you would like him to make any statements.
Yeah, I would. Tommy, if you would, just take a moment and introduce yourself and give us a little information about you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, my name is Tommy, as you can see. I'm a junior at Mason High School. Yeah, like Hugh said, I was interested in getting to know Mason a little bit better. I'm always looking to do volunteer work. So I thought this would be a wonderful opportunity to get both of those things, and just, I think it's going to be a really good learning experience. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, thank you. Does anybody have any questions on what we're going to do? If I understand Director Hughes, we need to, this is going to go in front of the council and get their blessing And then we'll make it official with a resolution or something, hopefully at our next meeting in February.
Actually, no, I'm sorry, maybe I wasn't clear. I apologize for that. We're gonna take the year to look at creating a formal junior planning commission member.
Okay.
So I think how I was advised is that this is he's coming on board as a volunteer, just like we always take volunteers. So he will come on board as a volunteer to the planning commission as a youth advisor. So there's no formal action for you to take at this time.
Oh, okay.
And then actually one of his assignments will probably be to help us put together that formal position so that, if we need to amend the ordinance, we can take care of that. That way we can advertise it. I know there might be other youth advisors that are interested, but that's what we're looking forward to this year, is just having him. And, we had spoken about, this is going to be a trial year. We've never done this before. So we're going to be learning as we go. And, but the outcome will be that, this is something I think for us to consider and introduce to city council and ask if we could move forward in that direction.
Okay, now I understand. Okay, thank you. So Tommy, you need to set the bar high, my friend. All right. Okay, item number, agenda item 8A is the meeting. I'm sorry? Yes, sir.
John, I wanted to share with everybody that this is not a new idea. The Planning Commission kicked this around years and years ago and never had anyone that formally stepped up to take the position. However, we did incorporate to a certain degree the same process when we put in the skate park. We brought I think there was 3 or 4 high school students came in and were all part of the planning and all of the deliberations and discussions and everything that it took to get that skate park in place. So to a certain degree, we have done this in the past. So it's not a new concept, not a new idea. It's just we haven't had anybody that was willing to step up to do it at this capacity. So thank you, Thomas, for taking the initiative. And I can tell you from my experience when we put in the skate park, having the youth involved was huge for a number of reasons. Number one, when we got into negotiations about the building and the costs, they had no idea. They just thought that money grew on trees and that we could build the park with everything that they wanted in it. And they learned rather quickly that didn't work. So they honed their negotiating skills quite well. And so I think it's a great thing. And I think that we should take advantage of it and do everything in our power to make it happen.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Let's see. Item number 8 on your agenda is the meeting schedule. In your packet, you have the meeting schedule for 2021. Hence the reason why I was late. I have not added the 2021 schedule to my calendar, and obviously I live and die by that. So please get this in. I'm going to take my own advice tonight, and I'm going to make sure I add the schedule to my calendar. Let's see. Apologize. There we go. HB is a joint City Council and Planning Commission meeting. We have 2 additional calendar items for you on Monday, January 25th at 7 p.m. I'm assuming this is going to also be a Zoom meeting between the City Council and the Planning Commission we're going to discuss or kick off the capital improvement plan program for 2021. The second date on your calendar that we should add is February 22nd. That's going to be another joint meeting. And we're going to discuss with council the master plan request for proposal. So we're going to discuss the RFP. Director Hugh, do you want to talk about either one of those options or items?
Yes, I would. Thank you, Mr. Chair. One point of clarification, I heard we confirmed with city council schedules, and so we are going to modify those 2 meetings to start at 7:30 p.m. instead of 7. So that's Monday, January 25th at 7:30, and then Monday, February 22nd at 7:30.
And I guess I will reiterate or make it clear that when that comes to us, the RFP will essentially be done. We're just going to approve that between the 2 committee or council and the planning commission.
We would like to offer an opportunity for some discussion. I think that there's some very standard RFP language that just has to be in there. And however, one of the things we would like to talk to both city council and planning commission in the room together is, what we found was very effective with the Parks and Rec plan is that we narrowed it down based on feedback from council and planning from others. What, our top 5 questions were, what were the things that we really needed to have in terms of being able to make decisions, and that this was a real document that was not going to sit on the shelf, but was going to be the basis for budget and zoning or choices that we made later on. And so we'd like to go through that exercise with you again. This is a little bit different from how we would normally do something. But this is a very important planning effort, and there are, there's a budget for it that is going to be spent, and we want to make sure that everyone is involved early on in the process, that we get the questions and the expectations right in the beginning for what this document needs to do, so that we don't get halfway through or towards the end of the process and spend the money and find out that, we're not in the right direction. So we really want to be efficient and wise in how we approach this. And so what we would like to talk about with both groups, staff will of course provide some recommended questions or some suggested questions. And then we would like to narrow down that list of questions with everyone of what what our top concerns are with regard to the master plan. And we'll do a presentation, we'll provide you some background. There are some basics, of what the essential, law, what the requirements are for a master plan. But at the end of the day, as long as we have those basic requirements met, this is a document that needs to serve the city, and it has a job to do. And so we just want to make sure that you can have it go. If you want to do a focus on a certain area that's really relevant to Mason, we want to make sure that we understand what the expectations are.
Any questions for that? Okay. Item 8C is the Michigan Association of Planning Training. Earlier in December, you received an email, or should have received an email, on the Winter Cities registration. It was an email to register, to discuss or talk about the Winter Cities Planning and Development Package. And Director Hewitt had asked for replies on who would like to get registered for this. Director Hewitt, anything, did we get enough people to, this is a recorded presentation, so we can watch it after we get it. But you will have to be registered to be able to view the video or webinar.
Correct. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So far, I have Commissioners Waxman, Wren, and then Sabatin, and then I have a couple other folks from some other boards and commissions, and then I also have from City Council Member Clark that I'll be registering. So I just got the City Council ones today, but I did register the planning commissioners. I had trouble, I did not receive a registration confirmation, so I was in contact with them, and I'm working that out. So I'm curious if Commissioners Waxman and Wren, and Sabatin, if you received a confirmation.
I did.
I have not.
Waxman did? Okay, so Commissioners Wren and Sabatin did not.
But I think you have to be registered. Your email has to be registered on their site in order to get it. In other words, because I had taken a training previously, I had already registered on the site. So I think that's the reason why I got it.
Well, I'm registered on the site also, and I did not get it. And they actually have a separate program to send those out. So I've had trouble with this before, but what I will do is I'll work on that. I'll make sure you get that. And
Okay.
I wanted to check and see was there anyone else that wanted to be registered for that?
I would, if there's any training, I'd like to sign up for that, please.
That
I would
was
as well.
Husby and Perot, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Perot, you said yes. Okay, so Husky Perot, I will add you.
I would say yes too.
And Shattuck, okay.
What
Okay.
day was it again?
The actual webinar is January 14th. And then, of course, after the fact, you can still view it afterwards. You can have access to all of the materials, and so you can review them at your leisure. But if you actually want to participate in the discussion, it would be on the 14th. Okay, thank
Any
you.
more questions on that?
Elizabeth, go ahead and sign me.
Okay,
So it's, okay.
thank
You
you.
know, Elizabeth, I'm not gonna be home until the 19th, so that's probably not gonna work for me. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can always have the
Yeah.
login and look at it later. I can
Okay.
put your name in to get you that if you.
Fair enough. I'm up for that then. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's where I'm at, is I'm not gonna be able to attend it on the 14th, but I am planning on watching it.
Okay. And I would just extend, Tommy, also, if this is something you think you're interested in, I can send the information to you to consider as well.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, item 8D is a planning commission handbook. In your packet is a electronic version of our handbook. For those of us that have been on a while, we have hard copy handbooks. If you would like one copied or printed, let Director Hugh know and we can have one printed. Otherwise, we're going to try to stay electronic as best we can, because that way we can do updates and such. Is there any questions on that? Okay, also in your packet is the city manager's report. Is there any questions on that? No. Is there anything else for the good of the order? Okay. With that being said, I will adjourn this meeting at 7 p.m. on the nose. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and we'll see you on in February. Or no, excuse me, in January, on January 25th. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.